Hey, and welcome to this video presentation where I'm going to share with you the sustainable and family-friendly method that mums are using to shed emotional baggage and create strong toned bodies without having to be on strict diets or training every single day. So this means that you can actually lead a lifestyle that is sustainable and family-friendly. So no more quick fixes, no more diets or programs that don't actually suit your busy lifestyle. So firstly, I'd like to congratulate you on making it this far, because chances are you've seen my Facebook post or an Instagram post and you took action. So because of that action, I'm going to show you this 3-step system that I've used to transform not only my life, but also hundreds of other mums who have been able to get out of the rut, shed the beliefs and these stories that have been holding them back, and then go on to get their bodies back after having kids and get off that hamster wheel of trying and failing and not seeing results or not being able to sustain them long term, and then ultimately failing and then just keeping falling off the wagon again and again. Okay, so I was once where you are, desperate to see results that I could actually sustain, and that suited my busy lifestyle, and it wasn't from lack of trying. So you're probably wondering right now, is this actually worth your time? So realistically, you could spend the next 20 minutes scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or watching Netflix, but that's not going to improve your life, okay? You've probably done that before. It's not transformed your life, okay? But stick around, and I'm going to show you the exact steps to take to get results that I've spent years and years discovering, creating, testing, and building to get the best systems for mums, okay? So give me 30 minutes of your time and attention, remove all distractions, go somewhere quiet, and I'm going to show you how to create a strong, fit body without having to do the extreme diets or the strict restrictive eating or flogging yourself in the gym 6 or 7 days a week, okay? So we have worked with hundreds of mums who have been able to get stronger, get toned, not just physically stronger, but also mentally stronger, okay? Because being strong and fit isn't something we just experience on the outside. Being strong and fit emotionally and mentally is so important as well, okay? So these mums here have all used the 3-step system to get stronger and fitter after having kids, and they've been able to shed the old beliefs and stories that have been holding them back and that have kept them stuck on this hamster wheel, okay? And they've been able to find this new level of motivation and confidence that they've never been able to have before. So if you stay to the end, I'm going to reward you and make sure that I send you the training notes. And I'm also going to give you the opportunity to work with me so that you can start to build this 3-step system around your specific needs and your lifestyle. So this is a unique program, unlike any other. It is revolutionary, and I wanted you to take the first steps to take back control of your life and of your body, okay? And that's if you stay to the end. So if I promise you to show you how you can do this, shed the emotional baggage and create a strong toned body in a way that's family friendly and sustainable using the 3 steps that I've created, do you promise to take action, okay? Because if I show you this, you'll have to take action, because don't do what I did and what most women normally do, and that's learn all of this information but not actually do anything with it, okay? But if I can show you how you can get this result, do you promise me to take action, okay? Because having knowledge isn't power. You must take action on this knowledge. Okay, good. So what I want you to do is grab a pen, grab some paper, take down notes, because I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because I want to give you as much information and as much value as I can. So I want you to take notes. So what you will learn here is crucial to your long-term success, not just short-term success, because anyone can lose weight cutting calories and not eating or doing crazy amounts of exercise, but it's not sustainable long-term, okay? Nor is that a long-term solution. I want you to be set up for lifetime success. So you're probably wondering who I am and why you should listen to me. And that's a really good question, because you're probably thinking that I've probably not walked in your shoes before, but I have, okay? Maybe not exactly your struggles. I haven't lived your experiences that you are faced or are facing, but I've lived with the frustration of hating my body, of being uncomfortable in social situations because of how I looked, and having very low confidence and self-esteem. And from years, I suffered from yo-yo dieting and binge eating, and I tried all the quick fixes. I was obsessed with food and exercise. I would go to the gym every single day, usually twice a day, and no matter what I did, I never felt happy, even when I was in good shape, okay? Even when I was lean, even when I was toned, I would get there through really extreme measures, and it certainly was not sustainable. So I'm a mum of 3 boys, okay? And when I was younger, I was continually stressed, and I felt there was more to life. Like I had no motivation whatsoever, and I would spend my weekends on the couch, not wanting to do anything, not wanting to go anywhere. And, you know, I was someone who had tried every single program out there. And if there was something new, something on the market, I would give it a go, hoping that that was going to be my savior. I would always look for these shiny objects and quick fixes, but nothing worked long term. So I did bodybuilding competitions and I got really, really lean, but then I developed this really unhealthy relationship with food, okay, and eating things like, you know, just chicken and sweet potato and broccoli that the fitness industry tells us that we need to eat. And I relied on this strict plan that someone else gave me to lose weight, and I would never deviate from this plan because I didn't know how to, and it would lead to binge eating. And in this scenario too, when I was doing this, I would train every single day, often twice a day, and I would do hours and hours of cardio on top of the other training that I would do, and I was burnt out. I was miserable and I felt fatigued all of the time because everything that I was doing was to maintain how I looked, and it just was not sustainable. So eventually I have found a better way, okay, an easier way to maintain a strong, fit body. So over the years, I've worked with some really amazing coaches that have showed me how I could break free from this restrictive attachment that I had with food, and that made me deprive myself and want to binge eat all the time, okay? So I also learned a new way how to train that allows me to work out from home if I want to, and cut the amount of time that I was actually exercising in half, because, you know, I learned that how to train to boost my metabolism and to build muscle rather than doing cardio and actually putting more stress on my body. So I became really passionate about personal development as well, because during my journey, like I said before, you know, even when I was lean and when I had a six pack, I still felt really unhappy, because I realized that to be truly happy and confident with your body, you know, you have to have this perspective shift and this perspective change as well, okay? And that's the most critical factor that mums don't actually change when they start something new, okay? So now I eat amazing, delicious food, probably double the amount that I was having beforehand, and it's so much more enjoyable and sustainable. I can have a social life and I don't have to be so restricted. So now my vision is to help other mothers who are stuck, or mamas who are stuck in this old dieting harder and training more mentality, all right? And they're thinking that they need to do something where they've got someone to save them and tell them what to do, okay? And they're always relying on that quick fix. And I want to teach women how to do things for themselves, because if they don't have this knowledge and they don't have the confidence to know how to do it themselves, then they're always going to have to rely on someone else, and it's usually going to be miserable and very grueling, okay? So I also know that you must raise your standards as well, and as a bonus of doing this, it not only helps us to live an amazingly healthy lifestyle, but it also helps you to become a better mother, friend, partner, and role model for your kids as well, okay? So I want to show all women that having kids doesn't mean that you have to give up your identity as a woman, and you can still have a family and you can still make yourself a priority, and it is really doable and achievable, because I see it all too often that mums just aren't happy within themselves and within their lives that they've created for themselves. And I can show you how to improve how you are as a woman, a mother, a partner, and as a friend, okay? So it's now my vision to free other mums like yourself from the trap that I was once in, because I know what it's like to feel like you're dying inside, and it's a horrible place to be. It really is, okay? So why should this matter to you? Okay, well, it is possible, like I said before, to create a strong toned body, and not only that, but a strong fit mind as well, because with, you know, you don't have to do all of the dumb things that I did that we would, you know, are told that we have to do, and that only sees us having short-term results that can never actually be sustained. It's sustained, okay? So I also want to bust you through all the beliefs and stories and all these other things that, you know, you have to be told that in order to do long-term and in order to be the best mother that you can be and have these fulfilling relationships, it's about being inspired, and it's about not being embarrassed with who you are and not being uncomfortable within yourself and within the body that you're in, okay? So I want you to achieve these results, and I want you to have more energy. I want you to live this fulfilled life, because, you know, you don't have to be afraid to put yourself out there, and you don't have to be ashamed of who you are and how you feel within your body, okay? I want you to overcome the stories that are holding you back, and have this really strong mindset where you know that you can and you will achieve your goals, because it is very, very possible, okay? Because ultimately, being strong and fit physically is great, because you'll have more confidence, confidence, you'll have more energy, you'll love the way that you look, and you're building the mental strength, okay? And that's going to help you tackle day-to-day life head on and without getting triggered as much and without losing patience with your kids, and allowing yourself to get through the days with a sense of peace and a sense of contentment, okay? So here we have Kate, who's a really good example. She's one of the ladies who has done our program and who went through our system and was able to create this strong, fit, toned body after having her children. So I am going to show you a few case studies throughout this video as well. Just like Beck here as well, who also went through our system. She's actually still in the program, and she's managed to become or overcome her ability to stop stopping. And she now sees her setbacks as failure, not as failures or stumbles, but as an opportunity to learn and to grow and to get back up again, okay? So when she started, she was mentally and physically tired, but she learned the art of gaining perspective, all right? And she was able to change her life in ways that she never thought she would actually be able to even imagine. So she's a lot more calmer in most situations and finds it easy to be a more peaceful, loving, and considerate wife and mother, all because she can navigate through her stories and take perspective, okay? So when she does that, she's easily able to do all the things that she needs to do to have this rocking body. And just look at how amazing she looks and how confident she is now. It's really incredible to see. Okay, so these are the 3 steps that we're going to be running through today to show you too how you can shed the emotional baggage that you have that's holding you back, and how you can create this strong toned body without having to be on strict diets and without having to train every single day. Okay, so the first step is rebuilding. Now, this is how you're going to optimize your metabolism through good nutrition, and it also educates you around nutrition so that you can have the knowledge to do the things that you need to do for yourself, okay? You don't want someone telling you what to do forever. You don't want to have to jump from one diet plan to the other, whether it be keto or paleo or cutting sugar, without actually not knowing what you're doing or how it works. And that's not just to also mention that those things don't work, okay? Now, the second step is restructuring, okay? And this involves restructuring or reconstructing your training and how you actually build a strong, fit body. To reconstruct your body composition, your focus has to be on getting stronger and building muscle. And the third step, and this is absolutely revolutionary, is recoding, okay? Like I said, this is a revolutionary process that is the fastest way to reprogram your brain for success, okay? You'll be able to remove your biggest inner blocks and limitations, because let's face it, nearly every one of us struggles from lack of motivation or not enough time. But until you actually recode your brain and your beliefs, you're always going to be trying to problem solve, okay? Meaning that you're always going to be looking to fix yourself or improve things in order to be motivated, okay? Think about how many times you've started and stopped and you've tried and failed, or you've felt incapable, or that you're not good enough, or like you have to be perfect, okay? Now, you can actually change these patterns and these thoughts, and your brain has to be taught how to create new connections as well as releasing lifelong beliefs and traumas. I get so excited around this because, like I said, it is such an amazing and transformational process. So now I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into each one of these steps, okay? The first one is rebuilding, and this is how you're going to master the art of optimizing your metabolism through proper, sustainable nutrition and actually learning how to fuel your body, okay? So we have developed nutrition protocols that are designed to not only be family friendly, but to boost the metabolism, okay? So this means that you can eat the same things as your family, because you're going to learn about nutrition so that you can tailor it to you and to what your family enjoys, without having to have these strict plans where you just have to, have 1 or 2 options for breakfast or lunch or dinner, or they tell you just to cut your carbs or cut sugar or dairy or other food groups in order to see results, okay? Because right now, rebuilding and optimizing your metabolism and re-educating yourself around nutrition and the basic principles is so important, because currently you've tried all of these things, whether they be meal replacement shakes or diets like keto or paleo or isogenics or cutting out sugar, and you do things that, you cut your carbs, or you might join a gym and get a personal trainer, or you might do a 6-week or 8 or 12-week challenge, but none of these things are actually designed to be mum-friendly, let alone family-friendly, okay? And by doing these things, you're actually isolating yourself from the family. You're cooking different meals, you're eating chicken and broccoli, or you're drinking your isogenic shakes, and your family just can't do that, okay? And not only that, like, what sort of example is that setting for your kids? It's not a very good one, okay? So you're making this unhealthy, restrictive relationship with food normal to your kids. And how long can you actually sustain that for, okay? So when you do these things, you often feel lethargic, you have no energy because your body isn't actually getting what it needs, okay? So you become moody, you become irritable, and you hate your life even more. It's just not fun, okay? So again, I've done the majority of these things and I know what it's like. I've probably done, you know, more of these things. I've tried literally everything. So when you think about it too, like, imagine if your kids struggle with their weight and with their self-esteem because of your unhealthy relationship with food and what a healthy, sustainable lifestyle looks like. Okay, the cycle just continues, and this can stop now, okay? You can instill healthy, non-restrictive habits into their everyday life too, okay? So the thing is, you've been looking for the quick fix and this magic diet or, you know, this fat-burning food or plan, but it doesn't exist, okay? If it existed, we would all be doing it and we would all be healthy and happy, but this is a long-term game, okay? There is no magic pill. So in order to create this strong toned body that you can easily sustain, you have to understand that to take the first steps into this being an ongoing process to your healthy lifestyle change, okay? And that means stripping back everything that you've learned and building your foundations from the ground up physically, okay? And when we build you from the ground up physically, day by day, improving your habits around food, eating better, getting stronger, building lean muscle, repairing the damage done to your metabolism previously, and your body will actually start to function properly again, and you're taking the first steps to creating this strong body and looking amazing, okay? But again, you have to understand that up until now, you've been searching for that quick fix. So you don't have, you know, you haven't been thinking long term, okay? After all, this is a change that you need to make that is for a sustainable lifestyle long term, not just for 12 weeks or until the weight comes off, only to stop and then it comes back on plus more, okay? So you must be willing to put in the work to rebuild the foundations. And all of these things that you've tried, like I said before, they're not realistic for mums, which is why we have developed a pathway that fits in with the lifestyle and in with the needs of busy mums, okay? So we want you to be able to still eat amazing food without being restricted and feeling like you have to go off plan, okay? Because you can't stick to it. And in order for you to be a good role model for your kids and teach them healthy habits that they're going to be able to have and sustain for life. So in this step, okay, where are we up to? Sorry, yeah, in the step, this is a recap, sorry, so we must learn to understand nutrition and how to create this resting or increase this resting metabolic rate, okay? Because until you do that, you'll always have to eat less and exercise more. And really, that's just a recipe for burnout and frustration, all right? So you need to learn how to understand calories, protein, carbs, and fats, so they're your macros, okay? And how to create and structure your own meal plans based around what you enjoy, okay? And once you do this, you'll see in essence why all the diets haven't worked, why all the quick fixes work short term when you lose a little bit of weight, but they fail long term, okay? Because what that's actually doing, it's down regulating your metabolism and it's making it harder for you to see results, okay? Because every time you start something new, you have to eat less calories and your metabolism is slowing down, okay? And also, importantly, you're going to learn how to incorporate nutrition within your family as well, so you don't have to see yourself on a diet, okay? And that's so important because, you know, we're eating in a way that fits in with your family and your lifestyle, but yet you're still going to get long-term results. So all of the mums here that work with us realize that, you know, these quick fixes like Weight Watchers, the soup diets, Maxine's challenges, and all of those things might work short term, but until you focus on building your foundation and having a pathway that's easy for mums to sustain, you're always going to be continually searching for that magic thing to save you, okay? And Mel's a really great example here. So, you know, she didn't have a clear pathway to follow. She struggled with her eating habits and found it hard to say no to treats, and then she'd feel really guilty. She had a lot of trouble with binge eating, okay? She felt flabby, she wasn't confident with her body, and she wished she could wear the clothes that she did before having children. Now, after implementing the first step, rebuilding her nutrition, her metabolism, her idea around what is healthy, and building the foundations for long-term success, she's now able to wear the clothes and the dresses that she used to wear, okay? And she used to actually refuse wearing these, and she's now enjoying exercises, and she's also, you know, nominating for things like triathlons and events like that as well, because her mindset has gotten just as strong as her physical body has. Okay, so the next step in our system is reconstructing. And this involves changing your perspective around the idea that you have to do cardio in order to lose body fat. Now, this is not the case, okay? Lots of cardio only burns muscle that you do not have, okay? And it slows down and decreases your resting metabolic rate. And if you want a strong, fit, toned body, you have to build muscle, you have to get strong, and you cannot do that through cardio. And this is why we do weight training, okay? So what I see most women doing to make changes to their body is a lot of cardio, okay? And this is something that I used to do a lot. So I would go to boot camps, I would go to HIIT sessions, and I'd do things like hill sprints, I'd spend hours on the treadmill, or I'd do circuit training, but my body shape never changed, okay? And this is because even though you're burning calories, you're usually burning through that precious muscle that you have too, okay? And because more often than not, your nutrition isn't optimal as well. You're eating very low calories and you're not getting the right amount of macros or protein, carbs, and fats that your body actually needs. This type of training isn't actually building muscle, okay? So in effect, you have to keep doing more and more of this cardio-based exercise in order to see any sort of results, okay? And I do understand why women do this because, you know, nearly everything that we see, whether it's a 12-week challenge or whether it's a program like The Biggest Loser, everyone is spruiking cardio, you know, and pushing yourself to the absolute limit, okay? And what's effectively wrong with this though, again, like I said, you're not actually building muscle. And in order to be fit, strong, and toned and defined, you have to build muscle, okay? So not only does having muscle make you look more toned and defined, it also raises your metabolic rate, and it's easier to then maintain this body, okay, long term. So if you want to create this strong, fit body, you have to get stronger, okay? So that means that you can actually train less, okay, than if you were actually just doing cardio. So by doing weight training or resistance training rather than just doing cardio, you're going to build muscle, and it's also going to help you to burn fat, as muscle burns fat for fuel, okay? So the more muscle you have, the more body fat that you're going to burn, okay? So once I actually discovered this, I went from going and doing cardio 6 or 7 days a week, sometimes twice a day, like I said before, and seeing no change in my body composition, to training just 3 or 4 times a week and watching my whole body shape transform before my eyes. Like it was absolutely incredible, like it really was. So now that doesn't mean that you just go to the gym and you just randomly lift weights. It's not about that, okay? You have to have a clear plan to progressively get stronger and make progress over time, to keep applying the right stimulus to allow for muscle growth within your body, okay? And what I see happening too is, you know, when women aren't in the cardio section of the gym and they're in the weight room, which is great, 90% of the time, they don't see any changes because they aren't using the principle of progressive overload, okay? So they aren't focused on getting stronger and more proficient at doing lifts like, you know, your squats and your deadlifts and your bench press, and using compound movements that use a lot of muscle groups, but they're doing, you know, isolated exercises, things like bicep curls or glute kickbacks or tricep extensions. And, you know, those are okay, but they're not ultimately going to help you to build muscle, okay, because you're not actually stimulating the main muscle groups. So having a clear plan is really crucial as well, okay? So I've actually seen ladies in the gym lifting weights, but not change over the course of months or even in some cases years, because they don't have that set plan in place to continually overload the muscle and to be able to continue to grow lean muscle tissue, okay? So that means even though they're putting in a lot of effort and they think they're doing the right thing by lifting weights, they're not actually going about it the wrong way. So ultimately, to create a strong, fit, toned look, you have to build muscle, okay, which isn't through doing cardio, HIIT training, circuits, or classes, okay? It's done through progressively getting stronger with weight training and focusing on your compound movements like squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, bench press, that sort of thing, okay? So when you do this, you can also start to eat more food and actually train less, okay? Because you're building your metabolism to a point where you can burn fat at rest, which is really cool because it makes it so much easier. So I went from spending half my life in my gym or in that gym to spending around 3 or 4 hours in the gym. Now, that's not to say that you have to go to the gym. In our program, a lot of the work that we do, mums train from home. So if you've got some equipment like dumbbells or kettlebells or a barbell, you absolutely can train at home, okay? So just with weight training, though, it's so empowering because there's nothing better than feeling fit and strong and toned and healthy, okay? It's really actually addictive. And when you progressively get stronger and make small improvements, you have this this sense of self-motivation because you're always trying to make these small changes and you're trying to beat your PBs and also improve your technique as well. So before I started weight training, I would say I was skinny fat, okay, because I was skinny, but I had no tone. Like I was kind of weak and frail, but I kind of had, you know, this layer of body fat. And not to mention I was starving and really lethargic as well. I had no energy, okay? So now I have all of this energy, you know, I have this awesome shapely body, you know, I have toned arms, a toned butt, my stomach is flat, and, you know, I've been able to build this body that I absolutely love, okay? So the third step, and this is my absolute favorite, is recoding your mindset for success, because we use this amazingly transformational process that reconditions the brain, okay? It removes all of the emotional baggage that is stopping you from achieving not only your fitness goals, but many of the other things that you want to achieve in life as well, okay? Now, this is so powerful and important, and it's the missing element that most women miss when they decide that they want to make a change, okay? So what usually happens is women focus on the external things, the things like eating and nutrition and the exercise, but they forget that in order to evolve, they have to actually recondition their mindset so that they can build this internal strength and resilience as well to go with the outer physical strength. So, you know, a lot of you that, you know, you as a person, you have, you know, these habits and this personality, and it's all automatic, okay? Because most of everything that you do or don't do is actually running from a subconscious program that you don't even know that you have, or that you're probably not even aware of, okay? And by using this revolutionary process that we call the magnetic mind recoding process or system, you're going to actually start to teach your brain how to create new connections, okay? So that you can have this new set of automatic or subconscious programs that are going to actually serve you and help you rather than limit you and hold you back, okay? As well as release all of these lifelong beliefs and traumas that are keeping you stuck as well, okay? And this technology works because the science of neuroplasticity says that your brain absolutely can change, okay? So at the moment, you're not actually taking the time to gain perspective around your thoughts and what you think and all of the stories that you're telling yourself, okay? So when you go into your day, your brain is filled with all these negative thoughts about why you can't change, or all the things that you've tried and failed, or you've doubted yourself, or you've had fears around. And it takes, you know, time to make a permanent change and carve this new belief system, okay? But the way that we do this through this recoding phase, as well as with your nutrition and your exercise, you know, you have to really look at this as a holistic approach, okay? So again, you have to really look at that mindset and how you can actually shift that long term, okay? Because right now, you're not doing that. You're just running these automatic subconscious programs, okay? And the reason why you're not where you want to be is because you stopping because of these unconscious beliefs and behaviors, okay? And you keep obviously stopping because things aren't sustainable as well. You know, all of those diets and shakes and pills aren't enjoyable. So that makes you stop. But, you know, you have to also recode your brain and your beliefs as well. So in order to do this, you must choose what you want to create, okay? And focus on the acceptance of what you want rather than focusing on a solution to an existing problem, okay? So traditional personal development methods focus on fixing and healing problems, which doesn't work because you have this fix it mentality, or I need to fix myself mentality, okay? So neural emotional recoding allows you to create this new emotional set point for yourself, okay, based on the person that you want to be rather than the person that you actually need to fix, okay? And then you start to become this magnet for everything that you desire and everything that you want in your life, okay? And that includes a strong toned body, okay? And once you learn to recode a new unconscious identity, you can finally move forward, okay, without the restriction from the things that have been holding you back, okay? And you can replace all of these old habits, beliefs, and feelings with new ones, and then step into that new reality with laser focus and keep, you know, having that deep understanding then of what your triggers are and what those negative beliefs are that limit you, okay? And knowing which actions to take and focus on is going to be what the difference is between your success and failure, okay? So you're going to learn this simple process that aligns your actions with your true goals and creates this unparalleled momentum that removes all of your fear around getting it wrong. Like I said, I just love this. It's absolutely revolutionary. It's not been done in a fitness program before, and I'm just so excited to be able to bring this to you. So Where are we here? All right. So if you're going to keep the momentum going, I get so excited. I'm really sorry, but I do. I'm so passionate about this. Okay. So when making a change, you just, you stop, you start, but you have to recondition these thoughts and behaviors. Okay. So if you're going to sustain a healthy lifestyle, you can't keep thinking the same things, the same negative thoughts, and repeating the same self-limiting behaviors. Okay. So in a nutshell, the crucial element that you've been missing for the whole process around your health and fitness has been recoding your unconscious beliefs and habits that are keeping you stuck. Okay, so you always say, "Oh, I'll start Monday," okay, but it never happens. Or tonight I won't sit on the couch and eat biscuits. But you always end up there. Okay, there's a reason for that, and we can help you to change that. Now, this is just like Renee, okay? So she came into our program, she was feeling unorganized and like life was weighing her down. She never wanted to be intimate with her partner because she felt uncomfortable naked. Her lifestyle was hectic and busy, and she didn't have a set of standards to live by, okay? And she didn't have a community of other mums to help her to raise those standards. So she's been in the program over 12 months. She's still there. She's amazing. Her confidence is through the roof, and she's now one of those mums that just consistently gets it done. She's consistently training. She's consistent with her nutrition because that's just who she is now, okay? And she's been able to recode the brain, okay? And, she's been able to just have these epiphanies, and it's just been transformational for her, okay? Okay, so there you have it, all right? That's a recap for the 3-step system, building this strong toned body and sustaining it. So the system, like I said, that's being able to literally help hundreds of other mums to shed all of these beliefs and stories around why they failed and what's holding them back, and allowing them to be the best mother and the best woman that they can be. Okay, so first of all, you've got your rebuilding phase, all right? So that's optimizing your nutrition and your metabolism. And then we've got reconstructing, and that's about weight training, okay? So having that purpose that is geared towards the goal of becoming strong and toned and well-defined. And then we've got the recoding, okay? So recoding the brain and behaviors and building that inner strength and raising your standards to support your growth and to create that permanent long-term change. Right, and this is Kirsty. She's another amazing lady. We've got so many transformation stories. I can't include them all. I would absolutely love to, but when I first started working with Kirsty, she had tried everything. She'd done all the quick fixes, but it was her frame of mind that was holding her back. She had anxiety, lacking confidence, and that was a big issue. Body image was a big issue, but she's realized the importance of recoding and reshifting all of these things. And now she just absolutely loves taking on new challenges, stepping outside of her comfort zone, wearing crop tops in public, doing all those sorts of things that she never would have imagined herself doing. And she's able to now have this social life. Okay, she did a post a little while ago in our group where she's been on a social event, she's gone overseas, she's celebrated birthdays, had drinks, she's eaten all this amazing food, but she still managed to lose 27 centimeters off her body. Okay, so you can't say that this method isn't sustainable. Okay, so how many times have you tried something and each time you did, you had to forgo the social events, and you thought that going on holidays had to mean that everything out just went out the window, and because you didn't know what you were doing, you kind of avoided those social situations. I'm going to quickly skip through to Alyssa. She started with us a while ago. She's been here over 12 months, and she's been able to just create this body. She wanted to fit back into her green dress here that she wore before having her little fella, and she's been able to fit back in. She just looks fantastic. She says she's feeling a lot more calmer, more confident, and she's just looking incredible and just feeling super within herself. Same thing with Susie, another amazing lady, another long-term client who's been able to, eat amazing food. She's, does her training all from home. She's never set foot in a gym. And, she's not just a mum now. She's someone that doesn't put her needs last. She's completely happy that she now makes herself a priority, and she's a better mother, sister, daughter, and friend as well. All right, so I've shown you how to do it. I've shown you the 3-step system, okay, that's helped myself and hundreds of other mums to create this strong toned body without restricting yourself or training every single day. The truth is most mums won't actually do it, okay? So this is because most mums, they want to be saved. They want the next quick fix. They want the next shiny object. Okay? They'll fail over and over again because they don't have these 3 foundations in place, okay? So where could you be in 12 months, okay? What are you going to do, okay? Are you going to become another success story of mine, okay? Or are you going to be a mum who just watches the video but doesn't actually take action, okay? So you could really, when you think about it, be a success story like Beck or Mel or Kirsty or Alyssa or Susie and all of the other mums who have been able to completely free themselves from the strict diets, from the overtraining and all the beliefs that have been holding them back, and have gone on to create strong tone bodies and sustain it, okay? Or are you going to let this chance pass you by, and or because you're not willing to take action, okay? Because I remember our agreement at the start, if you remember, that you said if I showed you how to do this, take you through these 3 steps, if you stayed to the end, I was going to give you the opportunity to take action, okay? So when you look at, I guess my passion for this, because I know once you nail these 3 steps, you can truly be free, and it is so empowering once you do this. And I know that you can live life again, okay? You don't have to hide away, you don't have to obsess about food, and you don't have to do the hours of training, okay? You become more patient, more present as a mother and partner, because your mental space isn't taken up with feeling confused and uncertain around what you need to do. So you can keep doing what you've always done, and that's usually restrict your eating, feel deprived, do hours of useless exercise without any clear progression or any goal of getting stronger. Or you could have the guidance and a proven pathway to get you there quicker, okay, with less effort, okay? And you can choose to do it alone and stop and then go backwards and then not see results and then feel demotivated again and deflated. Or you can have the support and the accountability and the certainty from myself, a coach, and also our community as well, and to help you to course correct, okay, when things go off path, and of course, so that you have the certainty to keep going. And when those times creep in where you doubt yourself or you don't feel like you're progressing, you've got that support there. So if you are committed to your growth and success, it is time to take action, okay? So this change does take commitment and it takes work from your end, but when you think about it, you can keep doing what you've also always done and stay stuck, or you can be willing to commit and learn new things and finally educate yourself and break free from the cycle of quick fixes and short-term solutions for good.